Paris St Germain. They've made him so big at the club, so this is normal. That's how big men do on the game. So there's no big deal about it.
Welcome, lovely people, to another episode on Replay, coming to you live from Town Print Studio, all the way in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. I'm here with my sports mugus, and we're going to give you some sports news. Make sure to tune in and enjoy the ride with us. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you for having us, Jimmy.
Brother Ken, please, if you can help us with some of the news that is trending in the sports area for us.
What's actually trending is about Paul Pogba and Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
But first, we want to talk about Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
It's out there in all social media, all news outlets, all over the world, that Paul Pogba has been banned for 4 years, by the Italian NADO, the Italian from the Italian Football Federation called NADO. And like we all know, the news is there, it was banned for testosterone, which can be used to increase athletic endurance, So he has come out to say something, and he said, I had been informed today of the Tribunal National Anti-Doping decision. I'm quoting Paul Pogba. The verdict is incorrect. Of course, we all expect this from him, like every athlete we do at the first time they heard that they have been banned. But anyway, and the results speak for itself, and we'll see when there will be other follow-up on this news. So that is the out there. Pogba has been banned for 4 years, and we wait his appeal and what's the football fan all over the world, their reaction, and also sports and journalists' reaction on it.
So for this one, I would like us to talk a little bit about it. So with the doping itself, if you could take it, I want to use Osimhen as an example, right? Sometimes people have like really good energy for like the sports they do, right? But then from a different point of view, you don't expect like a normal person to have that type of energy, right? So I want to just deliberate, because if it's going to happen like this, and that's happened with Paul Pogba, you've seen his play from his France time with the World Cup, even with Juve now that he was playing. And you take the example, there's a lot of energy from most of the players now, right? Like, as you said, even in the AFCON, you could see Osimhen going everywhere. And even there was this whole rumor that they wanted to check if he has really enhanced based on medicine or whatever. So from like a general point of view, what do you guys think? Do you think it is something that might occur more in the future? Because now there's a lot, you don't even need to take your medicine. It's the way you maybe have good sleep, you rest well, you eat good, because if you become an athlete, you really need some special treatment, right, to make you. So do you think that will really bring out more performance from athletes that will be like, okay, no, this one is too much, or maybe it's something that can just die off as soon as possible? Anyone to officiating, if you, because you are the one on the field, so you know the performance of players.
Yeah, the performance of the players, you need to watch it in a different angle, because they train, I think, 3 to 4 times per week, and at times per day they train like 2 times. So in order to analyze the doping of the top sporters in general, I think you may need proper evidence. Really, really because it's not easy. If you look at Paul Pogba, since under 17, under 20, he has been strong. He runs a lot. So it may come to some people as a surprise, but you shouldn't forget he had his up and downs. He went off and now coming back. So maybe he took in something. I don't know if it is drugs or doping or not, because we haven't seen anything yet. But maybe he has taken a medicine like Andre Onana did. So as top sporters, you need not to take everything inside. You have to consult the club doctor. before you take it inside. It's really disturbing for him right now. And my advice to him is that he has already made his name, so there's no need for appeal, and there's no need for him to go and spend money and much time on it. So he should just receive the ban, and within 4 years he should work on another project. For example, he can start a coaching course. Within 4 years he can become a coach, and then he stop football and then go to other field. But I understand him, he wants to play. Yeah, it's normal.
I think it's a very good question you asked, Junior. Okay, let me digest a little bit. All athletes, they perform to the top. They perform, they give their best in everything they want to do. But sometimes it's challenging how you can control all the athletes. Is it okay? Are they going to control all athletes on every individual games? Because like you rightly said, these athletes, they train, they perform, they want to give their best. For Paul Pogba, like Kwame stated, from 17, we have known him as an energetic person, runs a lot, So has he been tested from 17? Because this is who we know, how we know him, as an athlete, So, but in this situation also, I'm talking broad now. Every athlete, should they be conscious of what they drink, what they eat, and taking permission? Like the case of Onana, for example, he took a drug thinking it's for something else, or he said it's for his wife, for pain relief or something like. So my question now is that, is there going to be a template for these athletes at home to go through anytime they want to take something in the system? So it's really challenging for them also, to be on a spotlight, in terms of keeping them their body fit, and also taking a tablet or drug to keep themselves shape, or for pain relief, for example. Because I know FIFA, the FIFA doping agency have this guideline of what to take, which they know as an athlete. But the question is, when and how, with those things coming, like Pogba now, he said he thought it's for something else, like the case of other athletes in the past that we have seen. And history have shown that some of these drug they took, as that FIFA anti-doping agency have proven wrong also in some cases, based on the fact that they investigate more and found out that it was not intentional. So it's really a challenging period for Pogba and family. Like we know, he just left Manchester to sign for Juventus, and injury have also, So for me, I hope in the future FIFA should do more on that for athletes. I'm also, like I said, also I'm talking for other sport athletes also, that they should know what to do to guide these men and women that are giving their best in this profession. So I think
Can I chip in a little bit before he comes? There are guidelines, and every professional club has its own doctor. So if you have pain, you need to consult the doctor.
true.
He knows the drug that the sportsmen are supposed to take.
True.
So you can just stay home. You have a contract with them. The
Correct.
doctor is being paid for that. So what is so difficult to call the doctor and tell him or ask him, I'm having this pain. Can I take this? Can I take that? We should avoid self-prescription, because right now we have a lot of energy gel. Because you see the players before the game that they
sip the gel, and
you should check if the gel contains a little bit substance of the doping. And the doping, they pick randomly. So it can be you, it can be me.
That's another thing, they pick randomly,
So advice for him and for the other players is that ask the club doctor before you take.
Or your personal doctor as well.
No. Not your personal doctor. The club doctor
is
He's
more
responsible
for that. Club doctor is more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if he had asked the club doctor for this, Juventus could have stayed behind him.
But what if it's a situation they are not in the environment of the club, like Onana incident, for example, he was at home. He was maybe let's just say maybe he tried to call the club doctor or send an email or no response. So he just felt that okay, let me just common sense. Oh, let me okay, maybe so what of that situation?
If you're a professional, you need to have good, relation, like good, taking good precautions. You can't just overlook it. You have to. When it's going to be your turn to get it.
Yeah, that's true.
And most of the professional clubs, like I have friends who play for professional teams, and when I ask them, every week they need to provide how they sleep.
Yeah.
The what water they drink at home,
what
the food they
diet,
eat at home, and every morning 8 o'clock before training, they have to come and check their weight and the fat percentage. So they have cordial relationship with the doctor. So this, Pogba could have prevented
it. Yeah, I agree with you. He's professional, and like you said, they have contract, they have doctors, so there are guidelines being set for them they should follow. But we are human, and we make mistake. And sometimes I want to believe I'm not, like virgin for those that intentionally take to enhance their performance. But sometimes some of these athletes they don't know much about it, so they should be educated more. There should be more emphasis on that. More the FIFA should do more on emphasis the club, and that's my
ask question.
Ask question. Michael, I hope Michael has something.
That's a big blow to his career as a professional footballer, and he has made the name and play for very important clubs, around the world, and this could be a possible end to his career, because after 4 years, then
he's gonna be 34.
Most
he can become a referee.
It's true.
You don't give me my position now.
so that's very unfortunate. That's happened. Like Kwame said, he could have been more careful, and then but I'm wondering at what time, or at what particular time that is required for players to be tested on, because like you said, he's been very strong and energetic all these years, and so they just pick on you at any time.
They do it immediately after the game. They pick randomly.
But in this case of Pogba, he was not even in the game. He was on the bench. This actual incident, he was on the bench. So that's another thing.
From previous games, they've seen it.
Maybe there is an informant, or so, I don't know, because complain, or maybe in a circle someone so that's why like in one of our episode we talk about this junior that as a professional, like talk about the case of Dani Alves. You need to know your circle. Like you mentioned that, junior, your circle is very important. You need to know where your surrounding is, and also who knows, maybe he has the right prescription. Someone might have changed it, and so what I'm saying is that you are not athletes. You are top there. You need to be cautious of your surrounding. Because he was not even playing in this game. He was on the bench, on you subbed. So then how, like you said, how do they now know who to test? Now he's on the bench. Or was it the warming up? The Italian anti-doping agency. Oh, your warming up is too abnormal. Come, no, because actually it's just it's absurd for me, and I've not heard it before. Maybe it has happened, but I've not heard it before that a player that didn't play was, now.
But it doesn't matter.
I know.
If only you are on the match list, you can be punished.
But I'm just saying, the anti-doping agency, they know better than me. They know what they see to actually, and also, of course, I want to believe they will have people working outside for them to spy on, okay, who is doing right or who is, in terms of, enhancing your performance, and which, of course, for me, I go against it as a sports loving person. I don't want any athletes to cheat or no, but we should also know how we should also be aware. I think the public and the fans like us to know how they measure their candidates, for test, then we can follow it properly. Because in this case now, Pogba was on the bench. So how I think that's a question they should answer for us, to carry us along. Because all we know is that when you perform on the pitch, they can randomly pick you, So, but this case, so how did they?
I think he really performed well during his warm up.
That could be a possible scenario. So that's fine. Yeah. So that was it for the polls
Pogba.
issue, and hopefully we see how it goes. But if you can tell us the other trending news, Mr. Ken.
Yeah, of course. The other trending one, I'm smiling.
Yeah, I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Because you really want that guy.
Of course.
You really want
And I've said it before, in our previous episode.
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe, when he was 14, he was invited to Madrid, Santiago Bernabeu by Zidane a week before his 14th birthday. And according to him, he was surprised. He couldn't tell no one that he's going to Madrid. He didn't tell his friends. He didn't tell his teammates. And when he landed, he was shown around by, he was picked up by Zidane himself, and he said he couldn't believe what he was dreaming. So Zidane let him know that their interest, it was a week before his, that's the best gift a 13-year-old boy could have. And ever since then, it has been on Madrid radar. Like, it's out there. Florentino Perez have made it known publicly how he wants Kylian Mbappe. And finally, he's getting there. In football, they always say political speech. So,
Wow.
It's getting there. So, he has come out also to express his desire to leave PSG. And like I said, all Madrid fans are very happy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the at the beginning of next season, we want to see Mbappe in Madrid in the preseason. And of course, what happened in the weekend when he was subbed, he went to join his family in the stand. But for me, I am someone, I respect players and I appreciate them. But when they go out of the way, also I want to talk about it. It's not if they do something wrong, I don't think that's a good sporting character for a great player. People are watching him, and also children are looking up to him. When you come as a team, you live as a team. That's what I've been trained by my coach when I was playing. We go as a team, we live as a team. Then you can join your friends and family after the game. So for me, I don't think that's a good. But I believe he done that out of excitement, or I don't know. I will not speak for him, but he has not said anything about that. I don't know if you are saying something concerning that, but for me, but I don't think that's a good attitude to do as a professional. So yeah, that's on Mbappe. So
I think the fact that he had expressed his will to leave PSG, it's okay, but I was a bit disappointed in the fact that when he was substituted and he had to leave to join his family in the stands. That's a bit odd. You understand that's a bit odd. At least you played for the team for quite some seasons and you've actually done well. So you should also have a peaceful exit. Exit. That wasn't really necessary. That wasn't really necessary. That was So I think we could have done better than that. But one thing with footballers, sometimes they do things their own way. That you for one or two reasons. So it's for me that wasn't a good attitude.
Like the combined thing to add.
Yeah, like going to the stands, I think is not wasn't a good idea. But we shouldn't forget Monaco. He started his career at Monaco. This Monaco is also his
That's
former
true.
club. And secondly, let's go back to last season. The contract PSG
Saga.
gave him. He's more or less a president of the club.
Mhm.
That's how they made him. He
Mhm,
can make
mhm.
decisions.
Mhm.
So you've given him so much opportunity. So I don't see nothing wrong with that for him going to the stands. Because they made that happen. So it's their own cup of tea. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mbappe doesn't come and apologize. And he doesn't need to come and apologize. There's nothing wrong with it. Because he's more or less a club owner. He has his own the skybox. He has his own skybox at Paris St Germain. They've made him so big at the club, so this is normal. That's how big men do on the game. So there's no big deal about it. Yeah, because he can decide how which player they should sign and who they should sack. That was his contract before he stayed last season. So there's no big deal about it for him
So
to go to the stands.
so that means in order to for PSG to lure him to stay to play for that season, they had to include all those privileges.
That's what they did last season.
That was absurd.
Yeah. And they even went ahead to call the Prime Minister of France to talk to him. Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, football, football is I'm looking for the right word, but anyway, Mbappe, for PSV to keep Mbappe, we all know what happened. He really wanted to leave for Madrid. Madrid was, but the contract clause PSG put was, that's what Madrid were like, oh, this was too much. So, but PSG also don't want him to leave. So in order to keep him, then okay, Mbappe said, if you want to keep me, okay, let's talk. But like Kwame said, the contract was really something to talk about. Really
Yeah.
big contract, which gave him a lot of opportunity,
Yeah.
a lot of rights to decide, his endorsement deal and all of that. A lot of, which is very favorable for him. Now he has served his 3 years contract. He's a free agent now.
Yeah.
So PSG don't want to lose, on anything. So for him to go, they need to get something back. So that's why they cannot do anything now. He's a free man at the end of the season. So that's why he have all the leverage to do what he's doing. But for me, like I said, football has its ethics and principles. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do. Follow in that principles. So for him to take that as a yardstick to behave and act otherwise, for me, I don't support it. And I will not support any athlete that will go against the rules and ethics and principles of their sports, because they are role model to kids watching, they are role model to we fans that are watching also. So in football, there's also good conduct in any sport. So they should also emulate that, in
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah, that's
So
very
that's
right.
my
And the leaders of the
take.
clubs, they are also role models. So
Yeah.
they shouldn't bring up an extraordinary contract to the
Contract.
players.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
So
Not to give them
the more
More
the
leverage,
more
privilege
leverage
to
to
do
that's true.
something that is not needed.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it was nice though seeing him in the stands.
I just
think
going
so.
like I'm like
Yeah.
yo.
Like if you look at the commercial part of it,
Mm-hmm.
it looks very, very nice because everybody loves to see that.
Of course, we, you know, fans want extra.
Yeah.
You know, fans want something. Like I was talking to a professional football club, a professional player that was a friend of mine. You know, I want to know what is happening in the dressing room. You know, that we don't see much. You know, fan. You know, I ask him sometimes. He tell me, the coach will just walk in between the dressing room, talking, just tap you. You are out. You know, why some will just be there shouting, I ask you to do this, so those things, if we can be seeing them, but those are things they've, restricted, for us to see much,
Yeah.
So when you see something like that, it's new, huh? You are used to see player go to the bench and the coach tap him, handshake, or he kick the water bottle, something. But this one is a different thing. He went to the stand, so that's it's fun for some of the fans.
Yeah,
But also we should also, make sure they do what is right as athletes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those were the trending news that was in. But you made mention of something that when you used to play football, our fans and myself, we didn't have any idea about that.
I used to play.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to play football. Of course, I used to play football. So I've said it before, Junior. So you are bringing it back
No, because
again.
I didn't know. Because when you said it, I was surprised because I'm sure then most of our fans out there never knew.
I used to play football,
Yeah,
but
good baller, right?
I'm a good baller, at least in my own capacity.
You
but I still play.
Yeah,
I still play
okay,
I still play to keep fit.
Okay.
So
In his own capacity.
In your own capacity. Let's emphasize on capacity.
Capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe for 5.
you want to know the clubs that I played?
Oh no, capacity.
That's your capacity. Yeah. Underline the word.
These are some of the trending news in the sports industry. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Catch us live same time next week. We're going to bring you good league matches, and definitely we've given some predictions, or we've gotten some predictions from my sports gurus, and definitely we're going to talk about it the next time. So make sure you sign and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Thumbprint Studio, on all platforms, and we'll catch you guys same time next week. Have a lovely week. And thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you too,
Yeah,
Junior. You have a lovely weekend also.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Ciao.